Hello, my angels. How you guys doing today? I know you're doing blessed I know you're doing good because you're blessed by the best. Excuse me. But God is bringing me back on here today. I know I've been missing for a little while, and I told you guys you're going on this journey with me, so you're back with me, baby. We're taking this journey together. And I was just brought here today to let you guys know I'm back at home. If you can see my background, this is not going to be the last place I'm at. Actually planning on moving soon, but only if God has for me to do that. I'm only moving when God say move. But today the message is, it will happen suddenly. God will turn everything in your life around suddenly. I know it might not look like it at the moment, but He got you. You might pray about something and forget all about it because you leaving it in His hands. And that's the correct way to do it. And He will change things suddenly for you. If you do it for Him and you pray to Him and you leave it in His hands and you don't even worry about it no more, and you don't just keep coming back to Him and praying about the same thing because you really having faith that He's going to do it for you and you're not worried about it, that's when it's going to happen. And He will do it suddenly. See, y'all know my story, and y'all know I left my husband for a while. I forgot that I prayed about 2 months before everything happened, and I found out everything, and I left my husband. I forgot about a prayer I made while I was in the tub. And while I was gone, God brought it back to me. This is what you prayed for, remember? Because my husband is a totally different man. A totally different man. He's following his purpose, and he's doing what the Lord has for him to do now. And I'm loving the new him. It's more of God, and it's making me very happy as a wife. Very happy. See, I made a prayer when I was in the tub, and I prayed to God, and I asked God, because since I met my husband, he's been preaching to me. He didn't teach me the Bible or nothing like that. He told me I had to learn it for myself, but he's been preaching to me. And everybody that knows my husband know he's always preaching to everybody. So I made a prayer one day because when I was a teenager, God told me my husband was going to be a preacher. And this man acts like a preacher. So I made a prayer to God, and I asked Him anything that wasn't of Him to take it out of my husband and bring it to the light so we can fix everything. And if he's meant to be a preacher, let him do what he need to do that. Don't take nobody away from him to break him down to do what he need to do to be a preacher, but it's going to take something drastic to make him do it, because he's not going to do it on his own. And when I prayed that prayer, I left it in God's hand, and I asked Him anything that was not of Him and anything that needed to come to the light to let us fix it before that time happens. So when everything started happening, I really didn't understand what was happening. I was confused and I was heartbroken. But while I was in the midst of that, God reminded me, this is what you prayed for, baby. And when my husband, I finally decided that I wasn't too mad at him to talk to him anymore, and I could talk to him and asked him questions and find out why did he do this to me. He wasn't talking the same that he was talking before. He wasn't the man that he was, the same person that was when I left. He was totally different. He wasn't the same. And when I came back, well, while I was gone, I was nervous. I'm like, is he just saying this to get me back? Is he know what I expect from him? So is he doing this just to get me back? And God said, well, if so, I would bring it to the light. When I came back, he wasn't the same person. And I know it's for real. And I know it's God moving in him. And I can see it. And I'm very proud and I'm very happy. And if you just don't believe my story, then we're going to take it to the Bible. We're going to take it to the book of Job. You know, he went through so much. He lost everything. He lost his family. He lost his animals. He lost his home. He lost his kids. He lost everything. Everything at once was gone. And he was cursing himself, but he never cursed God. And his wife was like, why don't you just curse God? Why don't you just give up and curse God? I mean, he's not caring. He don't care what you're doing. He's not looking at you. And he told her, you know what? You speaking like a foolish woman. She was speaking like a foolish woman. He knew it was of the enemy and it was not of God, and he never did that. Instead, he poured out all of his feelings unto God and waited on an answer. He prayed without ceasing, like I was doing. He prayed without stopping. And he spoke of his own wrongdoing instead of blaming it on God. See, when I was gone, when I first left, I didn't see nothing I did wrong. I thought I was doing everything right. But now I see I was behaving like a foolish woman as well. I wasn't trying to help my husband grow in Christ as much as I felt like he didn't help me. I was nagging him, and I was making him worse than what he should have been. Sometimes we have to be quiet and let God do what he's doing. Sometimes we're standing in the way of what God's trying to do, and we have to stop and be quiet and let God do it. And for that, God blessed his later days more than the beginning. He had more riches and more everything after doing what God wanted him to do. So I'm just here to let you know that everything is going to turn around for you suddenly. Just keep praying and keep praising God and keep knowing that God is with you. I love you and have a blessed day. Goodbye, my babies.